Happy Tuesday, friends! Happy final Dork Discourse gathering until next week, which is officially Celebration Week. Forgive me, let me rephrase that. We will not be doing Dork Discourse next week because we will be on a plane. Our internal clocks are going to be pivoting so drastically. Because we're jumping forward essentially a day, right? Something's going to happen in the ether in our biological clocks. It's going to be messy. So, until a few weeks from now, but you'll be seeing us because we're going to be freaking going live. So I shouldn't say that this is the end because y'all are going to be sick of us by the end of next week, which is Star Wars freaking Celebration. So thank you all so much for joining us for our little pregame episode this evening. We figured what better way? What else is there to talk about? It's on our minds. We're getting ready. We're getting in the headspace.
Yep. Trying to put our plan together.
Yes. Get locked in. Get ready.
Lay out the schedule.
So welcome. I'm cracking up at the pregame chat here. The UK has entered the chat. We got representation. We got Charlie, who we're going to be seeing very soon. Sean, Emery, Stanley's.
Yeah, Real Madrid taking that fat L. Fat L.
Bird Church celebrating their football win. Nick Gundy. Jason Olsen, let's get it. Alice, my queen. Retro, Ty Saban, Patrick, Kelly. Let's go, Team J.
What's up, everybody?
Forgive me if I'm missing anyone, but y'all are holding down the fort, showing up and showing out. Thank you for being here. Sal has joined. Let's get it. We're never going to be sick if you don't say that. Well, we're going to put it to the limits next week.
See.
We're going to test it out.
We shall see.
Because the game plan as of now is to live stream. Now, the time is going to be so bonkers, so wild. So, frankly, not sure how many of y'all will be able to tune in because it'll be in the evening time in Japan, which I don't know what that equates to here at all. Morning? Afternoon?
Yep. Early morning here.
UK.
Mid-morning.
UK folks.
Mid-morning, East Coast, midday.
Yeah.
UK. Yeah.
For once, our European and United Kingdom friends can actually have an ideal time that we will be streaming. So, the game plan, if we have the energy preserved, is to do some live streams, just little recaps after each day's worth of celebration and activity and whatnot. Share if we were able to gather any exciting, info from the panels and whatnot. Just share those experiences. Obviously not be leaking anything. What do I want to see? Everything, says Stanley. And Nick Gundy, member for 38 months. Sweet Lord, thank you so much. Well, I'll take a look at the world clock feature on the phone. Yeah, for real. I'm going to have to be tuning into that. Yes, it's 9 a.m. in Japan right now. So we are just going to be so topsy-turvy, pivot backwards. We're going to be a little bit discombobulated, but it's fine. It will be worth it. It's starting to feel real, so we just wanted to sit down, pregame, maybe take a little peruse of the panels this evening, and see what ground y'all would like for us to cover, or just what content you want to see, because we're going to try to document as much of the experience as we can, whilst still allowing ourselves to be present in the moment and take it in. That's important for me, at least, to not have my phone, not be conjoined to my phone the entire time and be able to.
There's parts of the panels where you can't have your phone out because they will come and grab you by the throat and drag you out in the street and beat your ass if you have your phone out. So
I don't think they go that hardcore.
No, they just maybe not. But
do they put your phones in those little cases?
No, at least in Anaheim, the one celebration I've been to, it was just put your phones away, and they had security going up and down the aisles, like looking for people to record the trailers and whatnot that they will release. So
that Disney security, y'all.
So there are parts that we will not be able to document unless we want to risk getting
expelled forever.
Disney exterminated. So
Jesus, you're painting such a harsh picture over here. I'm sure they would just give us a little, hey, put that away. I don't know, or kick us out. Who knows? Either way,
they're armed and dangerous.
We will not, obviously, be going through the effort of trying to leak anything or whatnot from the panels that we are going to be able to attend. But the rest of the time, celebration, it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning and goes till 5. It's a 9 to 5 job, y'all. So,
Goes all day.
yes.
It'll be all day. There's, full slate of different panels all day long. And then obviously all of the shopping and merchandise, and in the vlog footage that we'll get for you guys, we'll have plenty of cool things and trinkets and show floor tours within the vlogs.
Yes. So, Spy Skater 1 is going to be there. Hope to meet you guys there. Please freaking come up to us. Literally, this goes for anyone who's going to be there. Because y'all know what we look like. I only know some of y'all by your usernames. So please just come up. Just come up to us. Don't be shy. Freaking please. And I hate even like disclaiming that. Don't be shy. We're all there. It's everybody's freaking, we're all there to celebrate the same thing. So by all means, if you see us, flag us down or say hey or shout out or whatever. Fair warning, just to I'm a lot shorter IRL than I think a lot of you guys, like, I think a lot of you guys overestimate how tall I am because the camera.
I don't know if they do. We're always level-headed.
I will always remember the first thing Charlie said when we met. We had the privilege of meeting Charlie. I think that was last year. And Charlie noted that I am shockingly short. So that goes for everyone. Look down. Search the low ground. I will not have the high ground. Search the low ground and you will find me. Tom will have the high ground.
I'm not that tall.
Height reveal.
I'm not that tall.
Says Toby. I'm serious, y'all.
I'm not 6 feet tall. I'm 5'10".
You're close.
I'm 5'10".
Closer than I am.
Some boots, and then I'm 6 feet tall. But I'm 5'10". I'm not that tall. And you're not 4 feet tall.
I'm close.
We're both in the same. We're in the same foot range. So.
How tall are you, sister? I'm 5'2", y'all. 5'2", but I swear.
Natalie Portman's 5'2" as well. So.
I know.
You could be much shorter. You've been much shorter.
You're shorter than I expected. For real, that is going to be y'all's experience. I am so serious. So if you see us in person, search the low grounds. Search for an Ewok-sized human, and that's me. If only I'd gotten an evil Ewok cosplay represent. Ewok cosplay though is expensive as frick, y'all. I don't know if you've ever, I don't know if you've ever looked up a full-fledged Ewok costume. Legit ones are pretty expensive. So, I'm 6'4", Jay, okay. Living my dream life, it's fine.
You don't want to be 6'4".
I do. For just a day, I want to know what it's like to be tall. You don't understand. Living life down in my little stratosphere here, everyone else is in a different atmosphere. What's higher, the stratosphere or the atmosphere?
The atmosphere is the entire air surrounding the Earth. The
stratosphere so that was the dumbest question I just asked.
Correct. The stratosphere is a part of the atmosphere.
So I'm the low stratosphere.
The stratosphere is the lowest one.
Okay, so I'm in my own stratosphere. I'm in the stratosphere. Everybody else is in the upper echelon. Sure, yes. Yeah. If we're gonna get real technical, we're getting sciencey again. How many episodes was it that we were having a geography lesson of calculating how it's
flight
possible that
to Japan,
New York to Japan and LA to Japan are the same.
Pull up a 3D Google map and we can literally have the lesson.
I need it because I was trying to Google Earth. Does that still exist?
Just go to
Explore Google Earth, because this shows you it on the XY axis, right?
You need a globe. You need the globe to really.
But this shows it to you in like 3-dimensional form.
Yes,
now.
a globe is a sphere, a 3-dimensional.
I am getting dumber by the second. What the heck? Okay, this app is not the same anymore. This is not the same.
Just go to Google Maps and zoom all the way out. That gives you 3D.
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah. If you just go to the maps and then just zoom all the way out, it should give you
a globe.
Oh, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't give you the globe. Oh. That's a scam. Yeah, because all right. Well, we can do.
You can work with this.
Earth. Oh, it gives you space? What if I go to the moon? Oh, nice. It gives you the map of the moon. That's cool.
That's not what we're here to find.
Yes, I know. But
sorry,
yeah,
y'all.
if you
Science.
go, now, how do we get to Africa?
Science lesson incoming. So hang on, we gotta share the screen with the people. They gotta know what's up, what's happening. All right, here we go. This is the explanation as to how it's possible that from LA to Japan, it's equidistant.
Yeah. If this was a 3D map, it would be better. But
yeah, it's the best we're gonna get.
But if you draw a straight line on the 2D map from LA to Japan, it's going to be like that, straight across the Pacific Ocean.
Yes. Holy smokes, that's a lot of water.
But if you go from like New York, it's going to be slightly more diagonal, right? So on a 2D map, it looks like, yeah, the flight straight from New York to Japan will be a lot farther than LA. But if it was a globe and you draw a straight line between your starting point and your ending point, it's going to be an arc from the globe. And so this arc from Tokyo to LA compared to the arc from Japan to New York, the arc from Japan to New York is going to look a lot farther than the one from LA to Japan. But if it was on the 3D map, oh, now we're in New Mexico. It's on the 3D map. It's actually not if you take the distance of that line, it's not that much further. It is further. It's like 2 hours of flight time further, but it's not like a 6-hour flight from New York to California and then a 12-hour flight from California to Japan. It's
I don't
like
know
2
if
extra
I'm ever
hours.
gonna get it.
If we had a 3D map, it would be easier to visualize.
Just take the Razor Crest, says Sal, for real. Layers is better than globe view. Perhaps we should have done that. Yeah, the Pacific Ocean freaks me out. Yeah, I actually did not consider the the scale of water that we are going to be traversing above there. I've done transatlantic, but the Atlantic Ocean is not the Pacific.
You've done trans-Pacific.
We went halfway. We went halfway. We didn't go all the way then to.
We went all the way to the way southern hemisphere.
Is the distance to Bora Bora the same as to Japan?
No, it's a little closer.
Yeah, we had a little halfway.
But that flight is 8.5 hours straight over the Pacific Ocean. Yeah. But it's just south. It's just way south. Versus Japan is west.
Science aside, we are bon voyaging next week. And so we're going to have a few days in Tokyo prior to. We're probably going to vlog that as well. And then we're going to head on over to Celebration. He's going back to the map. He's going back to investigate. But
globe view. You're right.
Oh, we're stupid. You're right. Is that disabled?
Terrain? Why is it disabled?
Zoom out to see the world in 3D. Yeah, we're trying Google Maps.
Why not? It's not letting
It's not letting us. Can you not do it on terrain mode?
Traffic?
Yeah, for some reason, Globe View does not want us accessing it. I don't think my brain will ever comprehend, and that is just fine. Science is not for everyone.
If we had Globe View, it would be way easier to understand, because looking at a 2D map, it doesn't make any sense. But if you look at a 3D map, it makes way more sense, because it's literally just a straight line over a sphere. It's a straight line over a sphere, but on the 2D map, it then is bent. It's the banana line.
The only way I can try to process
the distance of the straight line
is one of the arches more severe than the other.
It's more exaggerated, because to go from New York to Japan, you're going way over the pole, so you're going way up.
Then how is it still the same flight?
It just looks way longer on the 2D map, but the 3D map, if you take a tape measure and measure the distance of the line from Japan to New York, that's straight across the globe, and you took a measuring tape and measure the line that's a little further south, but straight from Japan to California, the line from Japan to New York would be a little bit longer. But not that much longer. Not as way much longer it would look like on the 2D map. But yeah, Globe View's busted. It ain't working.
Y'all, my brain is busted. My brain just self-combusted.
Whatever. It ain't working.
Anyway, let's
If you fly on the equator, there's no arc. Yes, that's correct. If you fly straight across the equator, it would be a dead straight line on the 2D map. That is correct.
According to the Organic Mister, there's allegedly a new Andor trailer that came out like 7 hours ago. I had no idea. I have not. I had no clue, frick. I'm shocked they're still
No.
releasing more trailers. At this point, I'm like, okay, slow down, pump the brakes. I'm the biggest hypocrite when it comes to Star Wars marketing, because I'm the first to freaking complain that they save everything for the last freaking second, or do what they're doing now with Tales of, oh yeah, we haven't had a Dork Discourse meeting, a town hall here, since the shock announcement of the Tales of the Underworld installments. But they decided to just come in off the top ropes and drop that on us out of the ether. Surprisingly, because it's right on top of Andor, and we're right near Celebration.
Oh.
Like, I'm shocked that they didn't save it to announce at Celebration, but this gives them something now to discuss at the animation panel. Speaking of, shall we pull up said panels and take a look at what we're rocking with? When is that, actually?
Sure.
Welcome, everybody, to this is the Star Wars Celebration website. So this is the full breakdown.
Yes.
Of
by day. God. We've got Friday all the way on the left, I think, Saturday in the middle, and Sunday on the right. So
sheesh.
the ones that we will absolutely be attending, fortunately, and covering for you all are the Mando and Grogu. We have one ticket to that. We do have one ticket to Andor. We have a ticket to Visions and a ticket to Ahsoka. Between the two of us, one of us will be at each of those. So we'll have the inside scoop of the 4 major panels there. And then we're also right now planning. There's the Star Wars animation one, which I think is Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to find. Ooh, Signs of the Revenge of the Sith. Here, I can't even fathom the science of getting from LA versus New York to Japan.
Oh, there's also the Mando and Beyond behind the scenes one on Sunday afternoon, which would be cool.
And there's also the... Oh, so Ahsoka's in the afternoon.
Yeah, Ahsoka's afternoon Saturday.
The Jedi Fallen Order one is one we wanted to go to, but that's at the same time. Yeah. Well, maybe the Reject... I think we decided you're gonna go to Ahsoka, so I'll go. Yeah. I will go to, maybe. I would love to go see that Fallen Order and Survivor that's on the fan stage. That would be really cool.
Where's the animation
one? Where is the animation?
Where is it?
Doug Chang Masterclass would be really exciting as well. He's like my idol, y'all. He literally is living the dream.
Oh, it's Friday afternoon. At 3:30.
Okay.
This
is good because we need to get a lay of the land.
At 3:30, and then the behind the scenes one was that Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon?
Which behind the scenes?
Oh, and the game one. That 4:30 Saturday afternoon, the Bit Reactor and Respawn. That's the big gaming announcement at Celebration. It's some like turn-based tactics game, which hopefully it's like an Empire at War or Galactic Conquest type of strategy game would be really cool. So the fact that it's Respawn though, I'm like, it's making me think that it is some type of shooter-esque experience, because that's what they're so good at, like first person, third person experience. But I don't know if it is. So I'm cautiously optimistic, but definitely gonna be attending that one for sure.
Is Dave Filoni gonna be there? Says Ty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Dave will be there.
He's always made an appearance, and he always attends the animation panels. So I really hope. Do y'all think it's wishful thinking? Because obviously they're doing Tales of. Do you think it's wishful thinking that they'll announce another show or something other than the Tales of? Because don't get me wrong, I enjoy Tales, but it's 6-10-minute episodes. They're shorter than Visions episodes, y'all. Like, I need a little something more to chew on than that. Just out of greed. I'm just greedy. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
There's been like no rumors or anything. That's why I'm also usually if something's in the pipeline, there's a rumor about it, you know.
I think the safest bet is that it will be just the Underworld, because the panel is looking back at animation and then a sneak peek at what's to come. So it could be that they play the first episode of Underworld. Like in Anaheim, they played the first episode of Tales of the Jedi, which was Baby Ahsoka. Like they played that whole episode at Celebration. So they could do that, and then that's it. I think it's reasonably likely, because we don't know any Bad Batch replacement or any like mainstream Star Wars animation show. I could see them dropping a announcement for what's next.
Quick shout out.
Maybe a trailer, but I'm not
certain.
I would not bet on that. I'm not betting on it, but I could see him doing it.
Shout out to Rob Rod. First off, great username. But literally holding down the fort, represent, currently on your flight to Tokyo. 8 more hours to go. Can't wait for Celebration. Oh my gosh, come find us there. We'll see you there. Also, that's miraculous how you're able to freaking stream this on your flight right now.
There you go.
I guess you have stellar Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But shout out. Oh my god, so
that's
freaking
awesome.
excited. Safe travels. Hope everything goes smoothly as you land and navigate and whatnot and get settled in and enjoy, of course, your tourism or whatever you're doing beforehand before next Thursday. But that's so freaking exciting. Some of you guys are in agreement that there definitely, I think Daddy Josh says, there will definitely be more announcements. There's no way they don't have something else cooking. Charlie, stellar point, still mind blown. Yeah, that there isn't any Revenge of the Sith acknowledgement. Like,
yep.
That admittedly was the main catalyst that we decided we were going to send it and go to this celebration thinking that there was going to be some big, like, Revenge of the Sith.
I think the
re-release.
The reality is it's re-releasing in theaters, which is, if we're picking between theater re-release and a panel at Celebration, gotta be theater re-release.
Yeah.
Has to be. So I think all things considered, we'll take Revenge of the Sith re-release, and we'll be seeing it very, very soon. But yeah, the fact that there's not a panel is unfortunate. I mean, the Attack of the Clones 20th panel at Celebration Anaheim was, like, it was cool. I mean, Ewan and Hayden were both there, mainly because Kenobi. They were promoting Kenobi, and Kenobi literally premiered at Celebration that night. So, like, Ewan and Hayden were there, and Tamora Morrison and Daniel Logan, and like, it was a huge amount of the cast. But I mean, the only one of the main cast of Revenge of the Sith that's going to be at Celebration is Hayden.
Yeah.
I don't think Ian McDiarmid's going to be there. Ewan's not going to be there.
Tamora Morrison?
Oh, yeah. The 2 million clones,
and,
he'll be there.
Oh, my God.
I mean, Anthony Daniels will be there.
He
I
always
think,
goes.
So.
He always goes.
But, like, Ewan, like, the main cast of Revenge of the Sith is not going to be there. So.
Yeah. Danny, thank you so much. Thanks so much, my friend. Very much appreciated. And do not be sorry for changing the topic, but Catherine, I need to know how that line work on your Darth Maul jacket was improvised so perfect. Like, y'all, it wasn't. I was saying, Jesus, take the wheel, and if you guys watched my Darth Maul jacket painting, because in case you don't know, I painted 6 jackets, 3 each for us to wear for one different jacket per day at Celebration, and I did, of course, Darth Maul, and I decided to self-sabotage temporarily and put myself in a situation where I was just kind of winging it and didn't know what I was doing with the backdrop, and I did let Jesus take the wheel, and I said, oh dear Lord, what have I done? But I just had to rock with it. Like I said in that video, I guess I work well under pressure, and with that type of paint, you can't erase it. Like oil paint, yeah, if you make a mistake, you can 1000% paint over it because it never dries. So it's very easy to make corrections or change things on a whim. These fabric paints, y'all, once you put them down, they are not moving. So I was like, I genuinely thought I had botched it and ruined it for good. So thank you, Danny. I'm glad it looked like I improvised it so well, but I did not. And also, I'm reading... Hang on, let me finish the chat. I'm reading the Revan novel, and my dream is an animated Tales of Revan series.
Oh, screw
Ooh.
the animated, full live action.
You know what? That is giving me inspiration because Bird Church, I think, asked if they were to propose a new animated series, what exactly would I want to see? You're onto something. Freaking like give us I think something from the days of old. Like
Acolyte season 2.
no. But like for me, it's like Malgus. Y'all know I've been obsessed with Malgus ever since I first watched those Old Republic cinematics. I think an animated Old Republic show with some of these OG Sith like Revan or Malgus or Plagueis even like take us. I think that could revive the
That is an
fandom.
extremely popular opinion.
Yeah.
Is, hey, let's give us all the legendary Sith in some type of live action thing. And then the first live action thing to do it, Acolyte, does it at the very end and then gets slaughtered. So, absolutely brutal. But Danny, that raises an excellent point for the sponsorship message for this stream.
Oh, God.
Catherine LaSalle LLC, specifically the jackets that Catherine LLC has been producing. Can I show them the final 2 jackets
Sure.
that they have yet to see?
I think they've seen the Tatooine themed one.
I'll just get them both because I don't remember.
All right, but yes, but thank you guys. Some of you are saying I gotta get Sam Witwer to sign it. That is the goal, y'all. I'm like excited about Hayden Christensen, obviously, but Sam Witwer, I'm like maybe more so nervous because it's like his rendition of Darth Maul changed my life. That's why I love that show. Chop has arrived. Let's freaking get it. Your favorite war criminal has arrived. Indeed. The party has truly started. You have blessed us with your presence. Thank you for being here. But yes, it looks like many of you all are in consensus, in agreement.
You may or may not have seen this one.
I can't remember.
But this is the 5th one that was created, which is the Lars Homestead and Vader and baby slave Anakin and the Queen tax evader herself.
I think this is what I'm gonna wear when we meet Hayden. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna save the Ahsoka one for Saturday because that's when Sunday, because that's when we're meeting Rosario Dawson.
No.
So this, y'all, I just edited the vlog for this one today. So 3 more art vlogs incoming, but I mentioned how I think I'm most excited to wear this one. Like I would genuinely wear this out in public, like beyond like not even at just a Star Wars related event like Celebration. I'm very happy. I cannot take credit because it was Tom who gave me the idea to do a binary sunset, which I think helped tie the whole thing together and just ground it back in Vader's roots and whatnot. So
you may have seen this one already.
I can't remember. Sorry if you have.
Here it is again. I don't get the light.
Charlie asks, how long did that one take? It was about, y'all, ever since that Ahsoka jacket took me freaking like 7 days, I was like, I need to freaking lock in and cut my losses. I've been on borrowed time. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to make 6 jackets for 7 days apiece. So I think I locked in and was able to do that in like 2.5, 2 total. You should do a Rebels Twin Sons themed Obi-Wan versus Maul jacket. Oh my god, Sal, that's genius. That is a genius idea. And going forward, this actually helps to segue, and I'm sure this is also leading to Tom's other Catherine LaSalle sponsored announcement, which I'll let him get to, but in the vein of all the jackets and whatnot, I think going forward, yes, we are going to offer a customized jacket option on my website where you can submit whatever design ideas you would like. I think you can mention if you would like a dark wash, medium denim, a white. I think you can designate which color jacket you want. And I think that's, you can, it's fully customizable. And finally, the final jacket. The final one, y'all. I'm done. I'm free. I've done it. We did it. We actually did 6 different jackets. And of course, Tom requested. I think we even asked you guys what kind of ideas, maybe for a Mandalorian / Grogu themed one.
Yep.
So we snuck Ahsoka in as well when she meets him. We have the classic poster of the sunset and
That's not
whatnot.
gonna work.
Yeah.
Just put it in front of your face. Yeah.
But yes, that one was also fun. That's rad. Thank you for being here, Anakin Skywalker. Thank you, thank you. Thank you all so much for the love and support on those jackets. Seriously, y'all have no idea how much it means to me. The Ahsoka and Mando look amazing. Thank you, Chop. Thank you. Again, so many of these ideas also, I can't take credit. Tom, like, you know, he planted that idea of doing the binary sunset for Tatooine, and that one was fun to do. So I was like, I want to do something similar with the silhouettes of, you know, Mando and Ahsoka. Those are both such, you know, iconic moments for Grogu and whatnot. The sunset backgrounds especially. Yeah, those were my favorite, Daddy Josh. So we did it, y'all. We made the 6 jackets. But I think going forward, to follow up on Sal's point of doing like a Rebels themed jacket with Kenobi and Maul, like I might still just continue to make these and then like come up with my own original ideas and then put them on the website for whoever would want it, or perhaps we could even do an auction type style or something at some point. I don't know how we would do that. That's exactly the point, Patrick. Yes, selling them. So going forward, you know, after Celebration, I'm going to get back locked in, and I might even just keep making some jackets randomly, random different Star Wars or even Lord of the Rings themes, and putting them on the website for sale. But you guys will have the option to customize. So on that note, would you like to share? Is it ready?
You want me to share?
Is it ready? I can't take any of the credit for this.
Oh, it's ready.
It has been all Tom.
Oh, it's ready.
And his engineering mind that I lack, that has been reworking our website to make it so that you guys have as many options for customization as possible. Since it is so nuanced, it's like, okay, what background do you want? What kind of jacket do you want? Who's providing the jacket? XYZ. So Tom has taken all the time to overhaul the website.
It's done.
So
it is done.
You get the credit.
Custom Catherine LaSalle hand-painted jacket website is complete.
And is it live right now?
And it is live.
So if you were to go
and ready to go, if you go to catherinelasalle.com / what is it, /jacket store /jacket store. I think that's the actual link straight to the store. But if you just go to the homepage and then go artwork, there's the jackets page that shows up. So
now note, yes, it is live. Yes, it is active. If you were to place an order at this point, obviously we're about to be bon voyaging to Japan, so I cannot, I would not be able to fulfill or deliver any orders until post return from Japan and Star Wars Celebration. And you'll also note, if you go on the website, you'll be able to see all the jackets that we've currently made, just to have as an example. Padme / avoid taxes retro. You may fire when ready. Exactly, Toby, exactly. You may fire when ready. So yes, if you are so inclined to go and even check it out, you'll see all the jackets that we have on there. And we have discussed, you know, the ones that we don't get signed necessarily, if we'd be willing to, you know, sell those. So if you like that Mando one, or, you know, the Across the Stars one that you named it and whatnot, any of the ones that we don't get signed at Celebration could potentially be up for sale on the site afterwards as well. So, but just disclaiming, any orders placed now, don't hate me, I just won't be able to fulfill them for obvious reasons. Yep. Until after Celebration.
Yep.
So
yeah, the ones that she's already made, you know, there's a product page for them there, but they're not listed for sale right now. You know, we're gonna get some of them signed, and we probably are gonna keep some of them, but maybe if at some point, you know, we can list those for sale. But the first one is the custom page. So if you go to the custom jackets page, you'll go in there, you see you can pick your jacket size, you pick how many figures you would want on the jacket. So like the Ahsoka one, it's got Ahsoka, Anakin, Rex, Morai, so that's like a 4-figure jacket. You can say whether you want a background or not. You pick the jacket size, you know, men's small to extra large, women's small to extra large. And then when you pick all those options and you click add to cart, you're going to get hit with a form, and that form will have you fill out, type in whatever information you want to pass over to her, based on how many figures and background or not that you pick. So if you pick, if you want a 5-figure jacket with no background, you click add to cart, you'll get the form, and then it'll give you an opportunity to fill out, provide all the information for just 5 figures. If it's 2 figures, then you'll get a form with 2 figures. If there's background or not, you'll get a separate field for the background. And then once you click submit on the form, then you'll get taken to the checkout page. She'll get the form sent straight to her email, so she'll start tracking it. And then it's in the queue.
Yeah,
So,
but like I said, queue's gonna be after Celebration. So, jackets aside, but yes, shout out to Tom. That's why he's the GOAT. Exactly what y'all said. He orchestrated all of that, set all that up. I would not have any mental capacity to handle that. So, shout out to him. But Chopper asks a really good question. What are we most excited about? What part of Celebration experience are you most excited for? I think for me, it's to be back in a room full of just a bunch of... I've never been amongst that many Star Wars fans.
The atmosphere is the best part. Regardless of the panels and what merch is there for sale. And like they released the food hall menu. And so it's got like the different pieces of Star Wars themed sushi and whatnot, which is kind of cool. And I'm starving. So first thing I thought of was
Wait,
food.
There's actually going to be Star Wars themed sushi?
Yeah, it's like the food hall in the convention center.
Where is this? Where's this menu?
They came out with it. I don't know. But the just the atmosphere at Celebration with the energy and excitement is infectious. That's awesome. And
oh my God.
highly recommend to everybody at some point making their way to a Star Wars Celebration, because just the energy and the atmosphere is awesome.
Look at this, y'all. Oh my God.
I think the panel wise, for me, probably Ahsoka is the one I'm most intrigued about. That were Mando and Grogu. I think I'm more excited for Ahsoka season 2 personally than Mando and Grogu movie. So I think that's why Ahsoka probably panel wise takes the number 1 spot for me. But Mando and Grogu is the first Star Wars movie we're gonna get since Rise of Skywalker 6 years ago. So
sorry, I just noticed the boba.
The Star Wars returning to the theaters is a huge deal, and so the Mando Grogu panel is the main event panel, first thing right out of the gate. So definitely excited for that.
Yeah.
But obviously, all the merch and the cool art and all the different vendors that are there and getting Star Wars goodies is also
a big
plus.
And we're gonna be feasting.
Yeah. The Jar Jar. What's that, pork ramen? I think it's spicy pork ramen. That Jar Jar one. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, as you can see, this is all in Japanese.
There's an English version if you scroll down.
Oh. Yeah, the scrolling function is being
there is, because I was reading the English version.
But
oh well.
But yes, dang.
Yeah, this is English.
I'm excited. Oh, this is English.
Yeah.
Jar Wookiee. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so freaking excited. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I had no idea that they dropped that, so I was very curious because I'm so excited, obviously, for the cuisine. I think in terms of panels, I agree with you. I think in regards to Ahsoka, not that they'll be able to tease much about the goings-on of season 2, but, if they were to bring Hayden out and just, that would be the first time we could, hear his experience about that, reprising, that era of Anakin Skywalker, slipping back into the master version, the live action, that's our first time witnessing him as live action, master to Ahsoka.
In real time.
Yes. So, to be able to hear his experience about that would be very, very exciting. Eric Z, thank you so much. Congrats on being able to go to Celebration. Hope you have a fun time. Are you going to be able to post vlogs every day? I don't know if I'm going to be able to post them day of, but we are definitely going to hopefully stream every day. And I'm going to be getting footage every day, where between the two of us, we are both definitely going to have a lot of vlog footage. I might just not have them up and able to post until we return. It's going to be an influx, y'all. We're going to have vlogs to edit. We're going to have Andor reactions. We're going to have The Last of Us. Speaking of, holy shnikes, that comes out next week. Chopper says, I really hope Hayden gets another massive standing ovation. That's what I'm freaking excited about, and I'm always eternally jealous that you got to be there and witness that when he and Ewan were, you know, reintroduced together for the first time and freaking forever to the crowd, and just both received so much adoration and praise.
That was my number one moment from that whole celebration, was that when they came out on the live stage. That's my number one celebration moment from Anaheim. Not any of the panels, and you know, my brother and I got into all of them except the Lucasfilm Showcase one. The Hayden and Ewan coming out to the stage in Anaheim was the room one was absolutely packed. Like, it was steadily building, but then like they started to announce, like, tease who was coming out, and I mean, it was just everyone in the convention center was just flooding towards the stage, and it was packed and insanely loud, obviously, because it was, like you said, the return of Hayden and Ewan together to the Star Wars spotlight. So that was life-changing experience.
Shout out to my girl, the Rayside. Yes, there is so much happening, and I cannot wait. Forgive me in advance. I will fangirl when I see you there. So exciting that you'll be going as well. And everyone, if y'all haven't freaking already, which I'm sure you have, go check out Rayside. Oh my gosh, covering more, like, so much freaking Star Wars Celebration content, and I'm sure we'll be covering so much there, and you for sure are going to be on those interview stages, girl, one day. That I believe it. So definitely go check out her page. She's got so much celebration hype. It gets me so excited every time I see her videos on my feed. And Sal, thank you so much, my friend. And actually,
Sal,
thank you for reminding me. Cat Tom, I have to ask, is there any news on your P.O. box? There is. I got it reopened, y'all.
Yep.
And I've totally just never made an announcement about it. So it is live. It has very recently been reactivated under the same address. So I have to actually start putting that back in my descriptions now, but if you go to some of my older videos, it should be under there. It's the same P.O. box address that I had previously. I was luckily able to get the same one. So yes, keep your eyes posted. I was gonna make a community post about it, and then I just completely forgot. Things got hectic and busy, so I totally blanked in that regard. So that's on me. I dropped the ball. But thank you for asking, Sal, and so that I could actually share that. And of course, for your just generosity and willingness to even send anything.
Yes.
Much appreciated.
You are a legend, sir.
If they were to show that Natalie Portman is playing Abeloth, that would be perfect. Who knows what they're gonna tease about Ahsoka season 2? I think that will be. I'm sure it'll be more of a recap of. You know, this will actually be interesting because when season 1 premiered, it was during the strikes. And so nobody from production, actors especially, was really able to be doing any promo, and they couldn't publicly talk about the show. Yes, they all addressed it after the fact, after the strikes were lifted and resolved, but this will be the first time I feel like, aside from other cons, you know, in terms of being able, on the large scale of Star Wars Celebration, to be able to, like, talk about that experience and, you know, what to expect in season 2. Do you think they would even allude to the fact that there could be even a season 3?
There's going to be a teaser. Ahsoka had been shooting for weeks. A few weeks.
Days.
In Celebration
They
Anaheim.
were only shooting for like 7 days.
And they brought a surprise little teaser to Celebration of Ahsoka season 1. Like a year and a half before it came out.
They were shooting literally for like 1 week.
So they'll be shooting for like a month-ish again this time. Like they've been shooting. So they will. I think it's a safe bet that they're gonna have another little teaser of season 2. So
yeah,
we shall see.
Perhaps
we shall see.
Perhaps.
Will it be much? No, probably not, because they just started shooting. But I think there's gonna be something.
Eric makes a good point. I think it was probably just a culmination of things that led to 6 years without a Star Wars movie, including pandemic and 2 different strikes. And I think that we will get more updates about films. Hopefully,
Yeah.
especially since the highlight of last celebration in London was the big grand announcement of not one, not two, but 3 new films.
Yeah.
So
That literally we still don't know anything about.
but there's no Lucasfilm
Nope.
like
There's not.
panel
Yeah.
this time around. So that
Well, they're
is...
playing it smart. Maybe they're realizing we got to get way closer to the finish line before announcing these things, because I mean, you're talking like we got to be nearing triple digits of things that have been announced that just have not happened.
Peace out,
We
retro.
gotta, we okay, triple digits is probably a bit of an exaggeration, but it's been a lot of things. A lot of things. So that could be it. That they're just trying to announce, they're trying to focus on the things that they know are very, very, very likely to actually be coming to our eyes and ears to ingest.
Spy Skater 1 agrees. Definitely should announce one closer to the finish line. Yeah, especially because now that they've announced it, you know, all those 3 films, it's like, okay, there's accountability. Up until that, we were not new to the realm of Star Wars film announcements every other week. It's still happening every other week. There's, oh, rumored director, so-and-so director of this franchise is rumored to get their own Star Wars film. Oh, so-and-so is getting a film. You get a film, you get a film, you get a film. And then they all, nothing ever happens. It's just every other week. There's new announcements about
Ryan Johnson
nothing.
trilogy, Game of Thrones trilogy, Taika Waititi movie.
Most recently, the trilogy from, I'm blanking on his name, but he was involved in Rebels and, X-Men, I think. See, I don't even remember. It comes and goes in waves, and that's exactly what it does. It comes and it goes. So up until that point of celebration in London, when they, from the mouths of Lucasfilm themselves, said and declared, here's 3 new movies, you know, I think perhaps you're right, and they're playing it more safe. Like, okay, thank you, Simon Kinberg. That's right, Sal. Let's not tease anything until we've got concrete something to show for it.
Yep.
Because now, you know, they announced the Rey movie, and now it just gives people fodder to continue to doubt, oh, that it's ever going to happen. Oh, Rey movie gets shelved. All that. It gives content creators something to work with, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, assume pole positions, y'all. If I can type this out. Let's see. Okay, phew. And, no.
Cassian Andor. Yeah, I mean there's a lot.
Can't spell.
No, you forgot the big one.
What's the big one?
Get rid of Tails.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Mando.
Yeah,
So those are the 4 feature panels
that
are going to be there over the weekend. But as we've talked about, there's so much more than just the panels. There's the game, there's the animation, and Tales of the Underworld, and potentially something else. So we shall see. We shall see. And even they could very well, Dave Filoni could roll out onto the Celebration live stage and just drop some announcement of something. Kathleen Kennedy could come out and just announce something. So even though there's not a mainstay panel, if they've got stuff super early in the pipeline, nothing to show for it, no one from the project is there, they can still certainly, the Lucasfilm leadership executive suite people can just come out and make some announcements. But as we've been saying, if they are going to do that, everybody is going to be cautiously optimistic because of the track record of all these announcements, and then it falls through. So.
Yeah, Mudhorn Clan says it perfectly. They're going to play it safe from now on with too many broken plans and promises. Can't give them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I think, you know, here, like I was saying last week, you know, they announced 3 new films at Celebration in London, and the only one we're actually getting content for is one that wasn't even amongst the roster of films that they announced at London, Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show, the status that we are in, which is fine. But somebody had mentioned earlier that, we're entering a period, perhaps there is no main Lucasfilm presentation panel of here's the future, because we're kind of in the future now and they're starting to slow down, and there's less in production, less in the pipeline. And I think that hopefully all roads lead back to it's because they're redirecting their energy towards pivoting to getting back on the big screen, feature film.
That'd be great.
Oh, Charlie makes a good point. Don't forget the closing events. They always do something at the end. Now, that wasn't something that you had to get a reservation for, so is that easier to access? Like the closing ceremonies?
To all the stages, and you just roll up and show up. So
yeah, I imagine, I guess, since you can buy like single and different day tickets, like do more people go on the Thursday or like the Friday, Saturday? And
Sunday I think was the last day to sell out.
Oh, okay.
So,
but more people, I guess, go. I don't know. We will see. We will obviously be there all 3 days, so don't y'all worry. We won't be bailing. But Bew Gaming. That's how I'm gonna pronounce Bew. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Says I'd love a mini-series exploring Darth Plagueis in the future. I really think
bingo.
Yeah, if they were to return to some of those OG legend characters, I think that could do a lot. But we will see. Oh yeah, not to mention what happened to Rogue Squadron. I forgot about that one, Mudhorn. That's what I'm saying. We are in this purgatory state now where it's like I can't even keep track of nor remember how many films are allegedly in the ether in Star Wars production, or floating around in the works, or have been shelved, XYZ, or are just never coming to fruition, or were never real or valid reports. Anyway, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. So I don't mind if they, backpedal and don't have anything necessarily to share in the way of the other alleged feature films.
Hola, Oscar. ¿Cómo estás?
Chop says, unfortunately, I must go prepare for Daredevil, but I genuinely hope you both have the time of your lives at Star Wars Celebration, and I can't wait to hear
Chop.
all about it when you get back. Have a great night. Much love. Chop, you have no idea how much the love is mutual. I can't even express it without coming across as parasocial. But thank you so very much for being here. You always raise my spirits, and as always, y'all go freaking follow Chop. It's like you're like the one account that I'm clinging to as to why I haven't left Twitter yet. That hellscape of an app. You're like the one reason I'm still there with the Anakin gifs and all your humor.
There's so much good. You just gotta find it.
Well, Chopper is that good.
Yeah.
So thank you, Chop, for being that good. You make my day more often than I can actually even convey. So thank you so much. Enjoy Daredevil. And I'm sure that's the case for many of y'all. I know we have a lot of Daredevil fans here, so we will, of course, wrap up when we usually do, probably at 6 here. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Listen, y'all, I think
they open that can of worms. They gotta follow through. Even if it's not Acolyte Season 2, even if it's Plagueis, Palpatine, pre-Phantom Menace, like, that would be a cinematic experience. Plagueis training Palpatine, and then Palpatine killing Plagueis. Like, come on. Give us Darth Plagueis, the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, the film.
Yeah, I mean, surely
Come on.
They have to have seen the positive, not even just positive reception, but the collective freak out. Even the people who were bashing the entirety of the Acolyte Season 1 still bent the knee a little bit when Plagueis showed up, or they were aggravated that they introduced Plagueis and then that was the extent of his appearance. So, but just it got a reaction of everyone, even from the hate watchers.
Just like episode 5 did of the crazy cinematography, some of the best we've ever seen, if not literally the best. I mean, it's tough to be the best when you have the end of the Phantom Menace and the end of Revenge of the Sith, but it's third at least. It's at least top 3 cinematic choreographed lightsaber fighting.
Yes. So, I'm surely they have to have seen the public demand. And didn't Plagueis novel sales rise there was a correlation between his appearance in the show and then everybody. I think there was like a surge in, there was like a spike in the buying trends of like all the Plagueis novels and whatnot. So like people clearly have an interest in that cannot have gone unnoticed.
No.
You know, from the people pulling the strings. So much fun to be had in the Star Wars universe. They just got to do it exactly, Spice Skater. You know, don't resist when you see that everybody is foaming at the mouth, collectively freaking out over this 2-second cameo of Darth Plagueis. Maybe that means something. Maybe that is worth exploring.
Yeah. And we'll continue to say, in terms of dark Star Wars content, Vader John Wick movie. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't have to be Vader. Maul John Wick movie.
I think for now, our dark Star Wars content is going to be in the form of Andor Season 2. I think Andor Season 2 is about to be a mental
It'll be
reckoning.
dark because of deep, mature themes, but not dark from gruesome violence.
You want violence. Yeah, that's never going to happen.
I want dark side power on full display. Vader dragging people through the dirt of whatever that planet is in Kenobi. I forget the name of it. Dragging kids through the streets, snapping necks. It's a tease, but a tease. A tease of the brutality of the
never gonna happen.
The dark side.
Let's rally and see. Dang, okay, overwhelming majority of y'all voted for Andor as what you are most excited about. Ahsoka in second, Mando and Grogu 10, and Visions 0%. You know what? That's fine. I gotta say, y'all, I'm gonna confess, and this is embarrassing, but Vision Season 2 has been out for how long? And we just finally watched it all.
We did.
The only excuse I have is that I was teetering the line forever of debating whether I should react to it or not, and then I just never did. But then every time I would consider watching it, I'd be like, well, maybe I should still react to it. You know, maybe people will still care. And then I would just keep backpedaling. So that is the only explanation. But we were like, we cannot keep drawing this out, especially since one of us is going to be going to see, you know, season 3. Now, granted, they're all anthological, so they have nothing to do with each other and whatnot. So it wouldn't necessarily be like, oh, you have to watch Visions installment 2 to watch whatever they tease for the 3rd season, but still. And I've just gotta say, I said this after like every episode. I was like, how are they able to create such great, original, emotionally compelling stories with only 15 minutes? Like, I'm just so impressed by how invested I get in all these stories that for so many of them, I'm like, dig deeper. This could be a movie. This could be a side show. This could be like something totally just... Granted, maybe that's also because they can operate in a more creative, you know, stretch beyond the confines of canon, since I think it has been deemed non-canon, but I think that was mainly for the sake of them being able to just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, play around with the Star Wars universe. You're not tethered to any rules or anything, so... But what they're able to do, I'm freaking really excited for Visions, and I feel like it deserves more love.
Yeah.
And I wish that they could expand on some of those stories. They're so great.
Yeah, Oscar, you make a great point. Love to see a live-action Maul's lockdown. Yeah, when Palpatine literally takes Maul and throws him in that prison, and then he and Dooku hold him captive there. Like, that is perfect setup for the John Wick film of Star Wars, where Maul is getting tortured by Palpatine and Dooku. They are the villains. We all know they're the villains. They cement themselves as the new villains. And then you feel bad for Maul, which at some points throughout the Clone Wars and Rebels, like, you do feel bad for him. He's just moping around. But you know he's still conniving and trying to seize power. And then he finds a way to escape. And then it's just him breaking out of prison. Would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Y'all are shedding
Would be pretty cool.
light on this. The spy dancer from Visions was based on a true story. HBO did a show on her. That's insane.
Oh.
I got to do more research into that. Lockdown is such a cool book, says Bird Church. Yeah, I mean, y'all know I'm never going to shy away from Maul. Unfortunately, at this point, I think they've revived him and stretched him out for all they can, that if they were to announce something featuring him at this point, people would maybe be up in arms about it. Just at this point, like, let him
Solo 2,
rest.
Which really, Solo 2 is really, hey, what about Kira and Maul on Dathomir? That's really the
Well,
Solo
that's
2,
different.
but yeah, they never announced Solo 2,
different.
but it's like you set up this loose thread of, oh my god, you have Kira working for Maul in the underworld. That's so primed to just be fleshed out and continue that story. But anyway, so there's plenty of options here of exploring the dark side. Will any of those get announced? Absolutely not. No shot. Zero chance. Zero chance that in staying in tune with the theme of this episode of Dork Discourse of what are we excited for Celebration,
Yes.
none of the stuff we've been talking about for the last 15 minutes is going to be announced at Celebration. So we'll have to wait for Celebration 2026
Well, they haven't announced where it's
where
going to be.
where somewhere
Predictions,
in the
y'all.
United States, I think. Certainly.
Throw out y'all's predictions for where you think, because we're finding out imminently. Don't they announce it usually on the final day?
Yeah. Let's see. It was in Anaheim last time. It was in the United States. It was Chicago before that. Orlando before that. I think they go back to Florida. I think they go to Orlando.
I think if they were to come to the U.S., they go
think it's in
to
Orlando.
a new place.
Orlando. Miami?
Mm,
No, it's too big. It's not going to
I
be.
could
It's
see
not going to
them
be
doing,
New
like,
York.
the Northeast.
Maybe it'd be New York.
Yeah, like New York or like Boston
Philly?
or something.
Go to Philly.
What places have like
Celebration,
big
Philly.
convention centers?
Philly Convention Center.
Philly.
Convention Center is massive. Everybody get cheesesteaks.
Well,
Oh.
you could be right, because what's the correlation between Anaheim and Orlando? There's Disney right there.
Yeah.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
Tokyo Disney's right there. You know,
Is there a Disney in London?
there is. I'm pretty sure. Paris. Doesn't Paris have its own Disney?
Well, there's no Disney in Chicago.
Yeah, so that's interesting that they ever settled on Chicago. So where else has Disney correlated something, y'all?
Los Angeles.
Back to Orlando.
LA Convention Center.
Ooh, Vegas, Jay. That could be
Vegas?
fun. That could be
Ooh.
really fun.
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any chance they do Celebration in Vegas, but that would be fun.
That's not exactly a
That would be great.
kid-friendly.
That would be
Spy
great.
Skater projects, interestingly, they may skip 2026 and just do 2027 for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars.
I don't know.
Probably
Mando
in the
Grogu's
US.
coming out in 2026.
I think people could be salty because they skipped last year and had 2 back-to-back international. By people, I mean the Americentric fans would be salty because, you know, they had it in London and then skipped a year and now it's in Japan. So America hasn't had one for a hot minute. Granted, I understand that sounds so freaking, that's the Americentric worldview, but
Well, it's an American franchise.
fair.
Of course, America is going to get the majority of the celebrations, but not to say that they shouldn't do the world tour that they're doing right now, because they've done it before,
Yeah.
and it's good that they are doing it. But I would believe that the next one will be back in the USA, and it will be, maybe Northeast.
Now, hang on.
Texas. It'll be in Dallas.
Are they always in April?
They've been roughly around the same time.
Okay. I
April,
was gonna say,
May-ish.
they wouldn't do it during the freaking World Cup. That would be insane.
Oh,
Could
please,
you
please
imagine?
don't do it in June
Could you
or July of
imagine?
2026. Please, no, they wouldn't do that.
BU Gaming says
wouldn't do that.
Minnesota. Totally. Back to Chicago would be incredible. Yeah, it looks like a lot of y'all are near the Chicago area. Thank you so much for being here, Sal. Have a great evening.
Yes. Later, Sal.
Thanks for joining us. Oh, Ty makes a good point. Canada, San Diego.
Listen, Mudhorn. If it's Vegas, that would be awesome.
That would be so fun.
That'd be awesome. Vegas would be
It's
awesome.
gonna be New York, says Anakin. Big venue and big international airport. Good point, Stanley's. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
There has to be
it could be
factors.
Northeast. It hasn't been in the Northeast in a very long time. So, would they do New York? I don't know.
Vegas is booming big time.
But Philly's a close second to New York or Boston.
Do they have celebration every
so.
year? They skipped it last year, Ty, so that's why we could be guessing all for naught. But I feel like there's no way that, especially since Mando and Grogu is supposed to come out end of 2026, correct?
Mhm.
That would be huge for celebration
Yeah.
next year.
The first official legitimate trailer.
Yeah.
For Mando and Grogu, yeah. So I think it's gonna be next.
Ahsoka season 2 is probably going to come out next year, or at least early
Mhm.
2027. No,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Has there been a celebration in Atlanta? Good point. BU
Atlanta?
Gaming. Atlanta could be good. Big airport.
I think it'll be on the East Coast. I think it'll be on the East Coast of the U.S.
I'm gonna place your guess now. We're gonna lock in our guesses, y'all, and we'll revisit this.
I mean, my gut says New York. My gut says New York. The con of New York is that getting in and out of New York is a bit of a hassle, especially if you're not flying into JFK or LaGuardia. Outside of New York, I mean, Philly, I think, is reasonable. I think Philly's reasonable.
It's just hard to pick ones. And listen, this isn't to dunk on them and say, oh, they're only going to follow the money. But it's like, okay, yeah, they always naturally seem to favor the ones that are right next
near
to
Disney, because it's more
Disney.
of a justification for people to travel for it.
Yeah.
So that's why I think Orlando could be a favorite, or back to Anaheim. I mean, those are the two Disney cities in the U.S.
Alice says Area 51. Yes. That would be on par with the vibes.
Yeah, middle of Nevada desert. So I mean, Vegas is the closest you're probably gonna get. Alice, you also said the Rock's backyard. I'm down for that. The Rock can host it in his backyard. That'd be sick. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I would say my I don't know. It's a tough. I mean, there's only like what 10 cities in the entire world, so it's not
entire
that.
United
It's
States.
not that. It's not that. The odds are pretty easy. But yeah, I think geographically speaking, the Northeast of the U.S. makes sense. Or maybe they do go full send. I mean, it's been North America, Europe, Asia, hit Oceania, go to Australia, celebration Sydney 2026.
Could be your time.
They could hit the other continent, or South America, or Africa. Oceania, South America, Africa.
But I feel like
going west to east.
I think they already got like a little bit of backlash having two back-to-back international.
Yeah, no,
I feel like
I think
they have to come back. They don't have to do anything. Like who was saying earlier, they might even skip it entirely.
Yeah,
it's going to be on Mustafar's.
Yeah, I think Northeast U.S. If it's on the East Coast and not on Northeast, then I'm all in on Orlando.
Somebody said Atlanta, and you know what? I feel like that could be fair, because if it is April/May timeline as well, that area has like good weather. Like Northeast could still be like crappy weather.
But they did in Chicago.
That's true.
They did it in Chicago.
That's true.
April.
I don't know.
So
they might surprise us. Hong Kong. Somebody said Paris. Yeah, I feel like they could do Paris because there's a Disney there. No, isn't that like where the Disney castle is?
No, it's Orlando.
Yeah, I know that, but they have one in Paris too.
They have a castle everywhere. It's castles
everywhere. I don't know. We haven't been to Disney in a hot minute. I haven't been to Disney since I was 10 years old. We're overdue. I hope Atlanta, says Patrick. I live in that area.
No roasting Chicago, Nick. We're just saying the weather.
It's cold.
The weather
it's
in
cold.
Chicago. No roasting. If it was in Chicago, that would be great, because Chicago is awesome.
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't maybe necessarily choose a temperamental place. Do London again. Listen, y'all.
Do Myrtle Beach. We'll all go to the beach in South Carolina, low key. We'll flood the whole town.
I will take any reason to go back to the United Kingdom. I freaking love London. So listen, y'all. If Bird Church, I'm in. If it's in London, I will freaking be there, y'all. I love that city. I don't know. Star Wars Celebration in the U.S. is usually cycled between Anaheim, Chicago, and Orlando. So if we're back to the U.S., probably Orlando. You're probably right, Spy Skater.
If on the, I think it's Orlando or New York.
I feel like it could be another surprise.
Philly would be third. I'm going Orlando or New York.
We'll find out.
Orlando, New York, Philly. That's my ranking of likely odds.
We will find out, y'all. It's going to be announced very, very soon. Final day of celebration, and we are only a little over a week away. So this was such a fun stream. Somebody said earlier, I think it was Ty Saban, I can't believe how fast this hour went by. You and me both. This was so much fun. Thank you guys so much for joining. And of course, I think I speak for the both of us when I say we don't want this to come across as bragging or being braggadocious, because we're going to Celebration. The point here was to just get a feel for what everyone else is most excited for, what we should focus on documenting about the experience and whatnot for our vlogs and the content that we will be producing whilst there and after the fact. So thank you guys. This feels palpable here, even the excitement from everybody, even for those who won't be attending, but hopefully we can capture a realistic experience from being there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. And Bird Church love that ranking. I mean, if we're gonna pick, we're gonna take LA, because, and particularly the LA Convention Center, because we're closer to downtown LA than Anaheim. So LA or Vegas, sign us up, because then we're driving or just Ubering.
Get in our RV, everybody. We're going.
Orlando or New York or Philly, I think, are my top choices. What are your top? You didn't say.
I said Atlanta, but Atlanta,
Altoona,
Boston, Vegas. Those are so random, y'all.
Atlanta, Boston,
but
Vegas.
I feel like they're gonna throw something random.
Seattle, Wichita, Kansas, and Minneapolis,
Alaska,
and Anchorage. Those are
Oh my god.
Yeah. South Padre Island, Texas, Anchorage, Alaska, or what's the South Bend, Indiana. Those are mine. Those are mine. Portland, Oregon.
Listen, if they pick international,
Lincoln, Nebraska.
If they pick international again, I'm going
Raleigh,
with
North Carolina. There you go, Charlie. We'll give you NC. There we go. NC. There we go. Yeah, it's in Raleigh. Celebration Raleigh 2026. We'll all be in Charlie's great home state of North Carolina.
We'll see.
We'll see y'all there.
We will see. Thank you guys for humoring us with all these guesses. It's just fun to see. Everybody's obviously rooting for their home city, so I feel like they could just surprise us again. I'm not sure. Or they might play it safe and revert back to their typical rotation. But next time we see y'all...
Portland, Maine.
Next time we see y'all...
Albuquerque.
We are going to be in freaking Japan. So
Mount Rushmore.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, folks. Like I said, prepare for, we're hopefully going to be streaming each day following, just sharing our initial thoughts from the day.
Ooh, DC, Alice. That could be a sleeper pick.
Ooh.
Alice, we didn't even talk about DC. DC could be a very, very sneaky sleeper pick for Celebration 2026.
Potentially.
That's not a bad.
Potentially.
It's not a bad. But what convention center? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where they would do it in DC. Just on the National Mall. They'll just surround the Washington Monument on the grass.
It'll be outdoors.
Celebration. Yeah. Hope it
that
doesn't
could
rain.
actually be legit.
But DC, that's a sleeper. That's a sleeper
We'll
pick.
keep an eye on that, Alice.
Sleeper pick there, Alice.
But
it's a sleeper pick.
Until Japan, we will see you guys after we have bon voyaged and set sail, aka gotten on the plane. So
yes, there'll be plenty of pictures, plenty of vlog footage. We'll be going live each night in Tokyo time, and then wherever else that time that is for everybody else.
Yep.
We'll be going live in the evening after each day. We'll probably get back and eat, and then hang out for a little while on the live stream and recap the day, talk about the favorite moments, give you guys the scoop. And again, like you said, for anybody else who's going,
yes,
definitely say hi. Would love to talk to you guys, hang out with you guys. I mean, we'll be vlogging, so can get some surprise guests into vlog footage.
If
and
you want to be
like
on camera, you do not
interviews and stuff, and it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be great.
A lot of fun. So
it's gonna be epic.
Yep.
Well, we'll see you guys. I can't believe it. I'm still in like a state of disbelief. I still can't. I'm not gonna believe it until we literally like land in Japan. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Yes. We'll see you guys across the Pacific pond.
Across the Pacific
very
pond.
soon.
The bigger pond.
But until then, we hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, evening, 3 a.m., wherever you may be. And we'll see y'all again soon.
Yes. See you all